We'll need to strike and move.
Welcome back again. I am doing this video a little differently from how I normally do it, being that I'm using Ember, or in this case, Ember Prime. I'm actually going to show you why Ember is one of my favorite warframes for lower ranked missions. Now, I am going to start her off, of course, on kind of a medium ranked mission, but bear in mind that Ember is very energy hungry. But that having been said, she's still a whole lot of fun to play.
A steady stream of toxic spores is being released into the area. Hold on. Emergency life support is inbound. I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
And hit it. As you can see, Ember, my build for Ember is mostly range focused to get her fourth ability, World on Fire, which annoys the snot out of other players, in all fairness, to reach out as far as possible. Now, fire damage isn't as good as it used to be in Warframe, mostly because it no longer damages armor at all. So the higher armored the enemies get, the less likely you are to deal severe damage. However, against infested units, you can really wreck some house. The problem is, with that though, Ember is a very squishy warframe. Now, some of you are probably seeing this video and going, wow, you're not really doing much. That seems really boring. And it definitely can be. Especially at lower ranks. These guys are like rank 20, rank 30. They're not very high ranked yet, and it will actually take them a good bit of time before they are. Consequently, a good Ember Warframe can speed around the map, mowing down smaller enemies as if they were made of paper. Now, Ember does have a nice passive in that if you catch the Warframe itself on fire, as long as one of her abilities is not active, she will gain energy from having been lit on fire. Unfortunately, she will still take damage. Yeah, I know. It's stupid that a Warframe that can literally create fire out of thin air is somehow not immune to fire damage. But the same is true for Frost, who does cold, yet can still be cold procced. And the same is true for Saren, who emits toxin, and for some reason can still be toxin procced. For big infested levels like this, where you're going to face a lot of infested, or at least the weaker infested, are very weak against fire since they are just flesh. So Ember can be a real godsend, especially if you're a newer player and you're running missions like this in solo. Whether it's you're just trying to collect some quick goodies, or if you're just trying to get something done before you have to get off, Ember can help you run the missions really quickly. Especially Exterminate. Ember is super popular on mid to low rank Exterminate missions. Simply for the reason that you're seeing now. She's also really fun to play, if for no other reason than because you don't have to work your tail off to kill tons and tons of stuff. Let's see. We already have 213 kills. We've been in this match right around 3 minutes. We've barely had to fire a shot. That's actually really impressive. It's a little less impressive because it's Ember, but still pretty respectable, I think. Now, some of Ember's other abilities, and she definitely has some good ones. Fireball's not great, but there is an augment for it that will allow you to enhance your teammates and give their weapons, primary, secondary, and others, fire damage, which is pretty cool. Then there's Accelerant. Accelerant means that They now take double damage from fire. Woo! And then, of course, there's Fire Blast. which creates a ring of fire and expands outwards based on your range to light everything in range on fire.
Delivered another support capsule.
If they've been hit by accelerant first, then getting hit by world on fire or fire blast will kick the snot out of them very, very quickly. And of course, you know, running into your own lens, probably not a hot idea. Just so we're clear. I want to be 100% on that.
When you need it, extraction is ready.
And like I said before, Ember is super energy hungry. Keep that in mind. Once you've unlocked your operator mode and you can pick a school, I would pick Xeneric and then work on getting your energy dash maxed out, because that will help keep Ember in enough energy to remain relevant and useful. You can see from that healer there, now that they've been hit by accelerant and they're on fire, taking damage very quickly.
Another life support capsule is now available.
Oh my, no.
Life support incoming.
All right, let's go ahead and get out of here so I can create some more cool videos and show you some more cool warframes. Now we've kind of got a feel for what Ember is. Again, she's not something that I would necessarily recommend to veteran players. Don't get it wrong here, but she is extremely satisfying for newer players, especially if you're struggling a little bit. Ember can kind of turn the tide for a lot of people and make the game fun when it might not otherwise be. So there you go. There's my quick down and dirty Ember video. Before I get off, I will of course go ahead and show you this particular build. Bear in mind that it is rather expensive in terms of forma, and that this is Ember Prime. So because it's Ember Prime, typical standard Ember is going to be a little more expensive to build out with this particular setup. That having been said, here's my loadout for Ember. Energy Siphon will help you when you're not using World on Fire to regain your energy rate much more quickly. Handspring, so you know you don't stay down for eternity and die. Primed Continuity helps with your duration for your abilities that require it, such as your second and third abilities. Primed Vigor, that's just to make you a little less squishy. Primed Flow, so that you have a nice big energy pool to worry about. Overextended, so that you can get that range out and really take advantage of World on Fire. Fleeting Expertise will help you out so that it costs a lot less to keep World on Fire going. And of course, to cast your other abilities. Blind Rage to add back some of the ability strength we lost from Overextended. Stretch to add a little more range to, again, to Ember's World on Fire, as well as her Fire Blast and Accelerant. And finally, a Streamline to just synergize really well with Fleeting Expertise. Now, uh, obviously, I'm using 2 copies of Arcane Guardian. That is to help Ember with her survivability, being that she only has 125 base armor. Arcane Guardian says, at rank 3 on damaged, 20% chance for plus 600 armor for 20 seconds. So one can proc and then the other, and Ember can end up with a fairly decent amount of armor, helping her stay alive a lot longer than she normally would. And of course, I'm using Zeneric as my focus school so that I can use Energy Dash to keep Ember's energy way up there. That way, I don't get hosed. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't, hit that dislike button. But either way, please hit subscribe and let us know what you think in the comments below. Have a great day.